And introduce some of my guys here. I wanted to take a minute. All you members of the MUS, I'm sure there's a bunch of MUS members here. The MUS got a very prestigious award just this past year. It's called the Tried and True Program Award. It's a national award given on a national basis, and the MUS was the recipient of that this year. And is Sean Davenport here? Where are you? Okay, stand up. This guy was the driving force. This is recognized. Thank you, Sean. This is based on last year, and Sean, of course, was the president of the MUS last year, and so very honored to be able to have the distinction of announcing that. And then John Fackler, where's John at? John right there, who's really the architect of the MUS, and without the MUS, Rice Eccles Stadium just wouldn't be what it is. We so much appreciate that as a team, and that is the energy and the passion in Rice Eccles is primarily from the MUS, so we really appreciate that. I brought 3 players with me this evening. I'm going to let each of them have just a minute with you here, and then I'll come back up and say a few things, and then we'll field some questions. But I brought 3 of our 4 captains. The one that's not here is Star Lotalale. He's married with a couple of little daughters, so we sent him home to be with his family. But what we have here is we have 2 offensive captains and 1 defensive captain. First captain I'll introduce is Luke Matthews, 5th-year senior. By the way, he's already graduated. He's got his degree in hand, which I think there's 9 of our seniors that are going to be playing for us this fall have their degrees already, 8 or 9, somewhere in that neighborhood. So our guys are doing a great job in the classroom. Couldn't be prouder of Luke. He's a wide receiver. And these guys were voted captains by their peers. They weren't appointed by the coaches or anything like that. And so it's really an honor that really shows the respect, the level of respect that these guys have from their teammates. And so Luke is a wide receiver from Arizona. And like I said, he's been with us his 5th year now in the program. Been a great leader ever since he got to the program. And we're looking for big things from Luke this year. So I'll let Luke visit with you for just a second here.
All right, well, first off, we just want to say thank you for having us here. It's a big honor to be able to come here and be able to have dinner with you guys, so thank you for that. And also thank you for the support that we get from you guys. We know that without you guys here, that we wouldn't be who we are, and the program wouldn't be where it's at. And what Coach Whit has done here has been incredible, and we also want to thank you for just being a part of that. And from the offensive standpoint, just speaking for the offense, we know that you guys want to come out and see an explosive offense. So just know that every day we're working hard and we're doing our best to be able to come out and give you guys a good show. So we just want to say thank you for that and continue to support us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Luke. Okay, we got the Wolfman in the house here, John White. Just let him say hello. John, of course, is from Southern California. Interesting fact about John White, when John White rushes for 100 yards, we win the game. He's done it 9 times since he's been at Utah. We're 9-0 when he rushes for 100 yards. So John White, Captain John White.
Luke touched on a lot of points, that, the alumni has, helped out, and the MUS has been great out there rooting for us. So I just want to say hi and just thank you to all you guys.
All right. Short and sweet. Okay, we have David Kruger. You saw his little big brother intercept that pass on Thursday night, taking him for a touchdown. And so Paul's got an interception. He's the one that tripped against BYU going into about the 10-yard line. I think he started to stumble. And so David's now got his, Joe's got his interception. We're waiting for David to get his interception. Maybe that'll come this week against Utah State. But David is from Utah. He's an in-state guy, and he is also a 5th-year senior, and just been an instrumental part of our program. He's been playing on a regular basis since his freshman year. So David Kruger, defensive tackle.
Thank you. Just wanted to say thanks, and I'll get that interception. I'll make sure not to trip on the 10-yard line like my other brother. Defense is looking good, and thanks for letting us come out, and go Utes.
Yeah, if you see all the Kruger brothers standing next to each other, Paul's like 6'5", 280, and Dave's here about 6'5" and a half and 300, and Joe's 6'7" and about 275. So it's an imposing group of people when they're all together. They're very close and they hang out together a lot of the time, and people when they see them, they're just amazed at the physical specimens that these guys are. So, and I think David's still single, so if we got any single gals out there, I might be able to work some magic here with Dave. Okay, season's off to a start, like I talked about. We got the victory. We should have won that ball game. We did. We took care of business. Very excited about what I think the offense is going to do this year. You saw a little taste of it on Thursday night. We weren't as explosive as I was hoping we would be. You know, we got a lot of yards, we got some points, but I think you haven't seen the real explosiveness of our offense. Hopefully we'll get to see that this week. Of course, with John and Drez Anderson and you know, all the guys that we have on offense, Kenneth Scott, Devontae Christopher, and the tight ends. You guys that went to the game on Thursday noticed that the tight ends are going to be a big part of what we're doing this year. Jake Murphy was the featured guy this past game, but it could just as easily be David Rolfe or Kendrick Moyai, Dallin Rogers, Wesley Tonga. All 5 of those guys are terrific players, and so that's really going to be one difference you notice this year from years past is the tight end position is really going to be featured and really going to have an impact on our team. Excited with what Brian Johnson's done with the offense, what he's doing with the offense, and it's not just Brian. He's got a whole staff on offense that is really, you know, exceptional coaches. Aaron Roderick, our passing game coordinator, who is Brian's right-hand man. Dan Finn, our brand new offensive line coach that we brought in this year, doing a great job. Jay Hill, who we moved over from from defense to offense this year to coach the running backs, and then Elisa Tuiaki, our tight end coach. And so couldn't be more pleased with what you know, what those guys have got started. Of course, we got a long way to go, but by all indications, they're off to a great start. Defensively, more of the same. You know, we've been pretty good on defense for a lot of years now. In fact, Northern Colorado didn't even pass the 50-yard line, which I don't know if I've ever been a part of a defensive effort, no matter who we've played, that's accomplished that, a shutout and not let the opponent get past the 50. So we expect those guys to be a force for us all year long. And you know, Star is the cornerstone of the defense. Star Lotalele. We were lucky to have him come back for his senior year. Could have gone out his junior year. He wanted to come back and continue to improve as a player. Get his degree. He'll have his degree in December. And people say, well, how can he pass up millions of dollars to come back and not go to the NFL? Well, the answer is easy. If he has the year we think he's going to have tens of millions of dollars coming up in the next draft. And so that's you know, a reason. Plus the academic part of it was big for Star. So bottom line is we're elated that he came back. And he is really the focal point of the defense, and everything is pretty much built around him and the rest of the defensive line. That's a very big strength of our football team. Season as it unfolds now, we go up to Logan on Friday night. Anybody making that trip? Raise your hand. Great. We appreciate that. We want to make sure we're well represented up in Logan. I'm sure it's going to be a capacity crowd, and hopefully we'll have a lot of red in the stadium. But I'll tell you, Utah State is a much improved football team. Their head coach, Gary Anderson, is a good friend of mine. We've been on staffs together prior to him taking that job for about 15, 20 years, and so we have a long history, but couldn't be more proud of how he's got those guys turned around. That was a coaching graveyard for a lot of years, for like the last 10 or 15 years, and Gary came in there and he's really done a nice job with that. So that'll be a game that we have to play our best football to win. We've had a great week of practice so far. We've got one more day tomorrow, then a walkthrough on Thursday, and then we travel up there that evening and get ready to play. It's a 6 o'clock kickoff, I believe. So excited about that. I don't know who's after that because we don't pay attention anything beyond our next game. So we'll worry about that after Friday. Somebody will have to tell me who the next opponent is. But anyways, great group of guys. This group of players, I tell you, I've been at Utah a lot of years. I'm not sure we've ever had a group that likes practice and enjoys to work like these guys do. They enjoy working hard in practice. They have a great attitude. You never have to get on their cases to get going or get motivated or to give effort. You know, and there's a lot of that is because of the leadership of these guys at this table right here. They set the bar, and then they demand everybody else live up to the standard that they set. So let's see what else. We got some great teams coming into Rice-Eccles Stadium. Again, we won't get into that, but there's a great home schedule this year. And you know, and joining the Pac-12 has been such a positive for this university, the community, the program. I mean, there's so many positive things that have come about, and I think that we really haven't even felt the complete impact of that yet, and probably won't for a few more years of just how good a deal this Pac-12 thing is. So anyways, what questions might you have about last week's game, the game coming up this weekend, players, coaches, anything at all? Matt?
Talk to us about the rule changes, kickoff, and some others, and what's your opinion on that, and how does the strategy change?
Okay, the question was asked, there's several rule changes this year in college football, and the real top ones, number one is the cut blocking rule. I can't even begin to explain it to you because the referees, I think it confuses them.